Many of you had negative feedback about my recent video about Lorals and latex, and I want to address it directly. Thank you to everyone who pointed things out about the video that felt condescending and hurtful. It was really helpful for me to see how my tone was coming across and the fact that my words were not having the intended effect. I'm going to address where we are with the non-latex version, explain my goals in the last video, and then talk about some mistakes that I made in the last video. If you don't know me, I'm Melanie Crystal. I'm the founder and CEO of Lorals. Lorals makes ultra-thin latex undies for comfort, pleasure, and protection during downtime time. I care and Lorals cares deeply about people with latex allergies. This is both because I want everyone who can be benefited by Lorals to be able to use them, and because I have empathy for how frustrating and disappointing it must be to have so many products that exist that you're not able to use. It is our goal and part of every future plan that we've ever created to make a non-latex version of Lorals. But we won't be able to do that until we're a bigger company and have the R&D money that's required to do so. I truly wish we could launch a non-latex version in the near future, but it's just not going to be possible for us to do so for a while. My goal with the last video was to share important information. Many people have had bad experiences with latex condoms due to the additives like spermicides and lubricants and other chemicals aside from the latex itself. And I wanted to share that fact because it impacted me too. Back when I started this company and realized that the only feasible material option was latex, I was terrified because I consistently get rashes and irritation when I use latex condoms. Without the additives, I'm fine around latex. And that is true for other people as well, including folks like this commenter. And that's why we so strongly recommend that for folks who don't know exactly whether they're allergic to latex itself or to things that are added to certain latex products, that they should get tested. To get tested, you can go to your doctor or you can go to one of several different kinds of walk-in clinics for $50 to $60, making testing more accessible than it has been in the past. And like I mentioned, I made a few mistakes in that video. For those of you who said, I don't want it to be natural, I just want it to not kill me, point taken. You're right, I conflated two groups in the video. People who are concerned that Lorals create waste when in fact they're much more biodegradable and sustainable than many single-use plastics, and people who want a non-latex version of Lorals because they have allergies or have had issues with latex products in the past. Those are two different groups with two different concerns, and I shouldn't have combined their concerns into the same video. For those of you who said that the problem is the tone, thank you for pointing that out. I really think you hit the nail on the head there. I did not realize when I made the video that it came across that way, but now I understand that it did, and I am truly, truly sorry for that. I'll be more aware of this in the future. Also, a little bit about me. I'm recently diagnosed as autistic, and I am learning more and more about how my autism affects my business, in particular when I'm doing public speaking, like making these videos. I'm thinking about how to address this moving forward and trying to figure out to what extent it makes sense to mask, and I just ask you to bear with me as I try to figure that out more. For those of you who are asking us to be more transparent about latex-related issues at Lorals, I always have felt that we are being transparent about the fact that we're planning to create a non-latex version at some point in the future. The way we communicate this most often is with our responses to comments and messages on social media. We usually say something like this, but it sounds like this response isn't providing you with all of the information that you want to see. I spoke with some people outside of Lorals about what this message might be missing, and they suggested something more along the lines of this. I'd love your feedback on whether that feels like the type of transparency that you'd like to see from us, or whether there's still something that's missing in this messaging. This video really sparked an interesting discussion on latex though, like what it is, who can use it, how we can make better products. So I'm going to keep diving in and sharing more responses to your questions.